How can you be a
It
doctor?
must be really cool
What
discovering
are some of the
something.
possible
What's involved in public
How
health
is
as a
being a
career?
military
How do I know
doctor
if I could
different
even
from being
stomach
Fit with conventional medicine.
I could be a really good doctor. Some people don't think I can do it. But I know deep down I could be a really good doctor. How do I find encouragement?
The Doctor's Academy just helped me open up my eyes to see that I can accomplish a lot more than I thought I could.
I mean, I have friends that they don't even know what a doctor really does or how hard a doctor's life is. And I mean, I don't personally know it, but I have a picture of it.
I actually have set goals for myself. So just actually knowing where I want to go in my life and knowing how to get there, that's what the Doctor's Academy has provided me with.
So the Doctor's Academy is a program that we came up with back in 1996. I got together with several people here in Fresno, and we started talking about what we could do to increase the number of healthcare professionals in the Central Valley that came from a more diverse background and who came from the Central Valley. And the majority of our kids come from disadvantaged backgrounds, economically poor. That brings a lot to the table aside from succeeding in school. It means that they work outside of the home. We have a lot of county students, meaning they come from agricultural areas. They may work on their ranches or their farms at home. We have kids who come from large families, and they may be the oldest, which means that they need to provide child care right after school. So that creates challenges for us.
Every now and then in the mornings, you got to wake up early to do watering and stuff like that. I mean, just necessities. I mean, there's been a few times throughout the school year that, you know, certain things that happen, and for some reason I need to stay home or miss part of school to help with the farm.
We're taking kids who are cream of the crop kids who have potential and who have demonstrated successes in academics, and we're asking them to let those kids leave those schools and come to this school for this program. That's asking a lot.
The school in my neighborhood, just academically, is not that great. So I do make the commute. It's about 20, 25 miles or so every day. To this school here at Sunnyside, just because it's such a great opportunity.
20 of our students annually come from the rural farming communities. Mamas and dads in those communities are working sun up to sundown out in the fields. They live 25, 30 miles away from our campus. And we have special buses that run out to the county. To put your child on a bus in the winter fog in a rural community 25 miles away at 6 a.m. in the morning. And maybe those kids don't get home until 6 p.m. Parents need to have a lot of trust in us, and we can't let them down.
Our commitment to them is that we will continually work with these kids to go back to their communities and give back by mentoring, by tutoring the younger kids, and by not forgetting where they came from, and that ultimately, if and when these kids go to health professional schools, that they'll go back to their communities. For the program to be successful, we not only empower the students in the program, but we also have to work at empowering parents. Despite what I had been told of not to have high expectations of parents, parents have astounded me. If you look at how many languages are spoken in the home, the majority of our students have a second language in the home, and many are English. They are English as a second language student, and so they already had an obstacle. So many of these kids, not only are they the first to go to college, they're the first to graduate from high school in their immediate family.
I'm the youngest of 7 siblings. I'll be the second one to go to graduate from high school and the first one to go off to college, and hopefully the first one to pursue my career in medicine.
Also, the effects of syphilis in Hispanic women, how congenital syphilis affects the baby. I want to touch bases on that.
We expect our kids to maintain a GPA of 3.0. We provide as much support service as we can with tutorials and with anything else that we believe would be of benefit to the young person. We also expect service. We believe very strongly that students are there not just to learn, but to give back to their communities. We try to teach our youth to be balanced in life, and we believe that if we can begin with that now, then as they get into their health profession, they will maintain that balance. We believe in well-rounded students, and our students are encouraged to do anything that they find important to them. So that might be music, it might be dance, it might be football or any other sport, it might be drama, whatever it is.
I was having to balance work and school, and the extra activities were advised to do through the program, and family and my friends. And first semester I was just nuts. I was staying up till like 2 in the morning trying to finish my AP homework, it was horrible. And then sleep caught up to me, so I had to sleep more. And then I had to realize that, okay, you do this first, you prioritize. You go to school, you do your homework, then you go to work.
Every student has their own story, and every student, just when you're able to follow them in 4-year program, and you watch them grow and mature, they each have their own individual story. Anushka, long about the beginning of her junior year, questioned whether or not she wanted to be a doctor.
I went into my first day of my internship just kind of going through it, like just doing it kind of for the money, to be honest. So we went through the whole program, and I wasn't too sure through the entire internship, like if I wanted to be a doctor or not still. I wasn't too confident if that was really something I wanted to do. But finally, on my last day of my internship, I walked into the clinic, and the doctor rushed us downstairs into the delivery room, and I got to watch a delivery. And that was so amazing. I can't even describe it. It was so magical. Like the second, just watching the doctor and watching everything that happened, that's when I realized this is exactly what I want to be doing.
Anushka's going to UCLA next year, and she continues to want to be a doctor. One of many, many stories.
We've developed a curriculum which we believe makes a lot of sense for the student development. We begin with the freshmen and work on their test-taking skills, leadership development, self-esteem building, and we focus on that. And then we go into the next stage where we begin exposure to colleges in the following year.
I went to a summer, it was called the SUMA conference at UC San Francisco. I mean, and that was awesome. We were there in it was just a large room where it was mostly all college students getting ready to go on to, med school. And then here I am talking to colleges about, which college has the best, radiology department and whatnot. And then they start talking to me about how old you are, and they're like, oh my God, you're in high school?
Then the year before they become or the summer before they become seniors, they finally have the opportunity for one-on-one mentorship where we actually assign them to a provider, usually of their choice, and they spend one-on-one time with them so that they can use the skills that they picked up 3 years before and make it a more real and valuable experience for them.
We put the patient to sleep, laying flat on their back, putting medication through their IV, which makes them drift off to sleep, and then the anesthesiologist or nurse anesthetist, whoever it is, will be giving them a little bit of oxygen to breathe while they go to sleep. And then once they go to sleep, they go ahead and intubate them, where they put the tube down their trachea.
And also earlier on, like about 20 weeks is when you can see much better, because now the baby's bigger and there's less fluid around the baby. And at that time, the baby's smaller, but you can see the anatomy really, really good.
The baby's heart, you see it, and you can see the little hole when it opens up. And you also see all the black stuff, it's the liquid. And you see the baby's head and the skeleton, the spine, and like this mother, she's just laying there. She's just like so happy she's having a baby, and it's just like a reward that you get to helping patients, making a difference. I'm really excited. I'm placed with Dr. Bencamo, and he's a great doctor. He's very friendly. He says that he can be anywhere practicing, but he just chooses to be there with the community because he makes a difference, because he impacts people's lives. I want to do that. I want to make a difference. I want to impact somebody's life.
For this kind of a program, you need the school district involved, you need your university that you will be working with involved, you need either the hospital or the clinic that will be your main site for your students involved, you need the parents involved, and in our case, of course, because we are a school of medicine, the School of Medicine involved. One of the purposes of the Academy is to increase cultural awareness, cultural diversity in the healthcare workforce, and cultural competency is critical.
But the bottom line is all it means is understanding where somebody comes from, respecting it, using the information to make their healthcare better, and not changing who you are.
I grew up in a farm worker family. I grew up seeing a lot of injustices for farm workers in the field, and some of that included health issues, and I knew that I wanted to help somehow make things better. There were a lot of obstacles to becoming a physician for me. I came from a very traditional family. My grandparents raised me. They were from Mexico, didn't speak English, had not gone to school, and so their expectation did not include education for me. Because of my background, one of the pluses, I suppose, is that I can empathize with a lot of the kids in the program. I can empathize with their parents because I was there. I grew up there. I had family like they are family. And that helps because I can talk with them from the heart, and I can cry with them when they have to make the decision about letting their daughter go away to school. I remember how hard that was for my grandmother. So I think that's important. And I tell my kids I want them to that's why they have to maintain who they are, because that will make them empathetic when they come back and work with kids down the road. We had our first graduating class this year, May of 2003. We had a 100% success rate of our graduating seniors going to four-year colleges. And of those, half of them are going to Cal State University, Fresno, and the other half are going to University of California schools and far away, Brown University, Harvard University, Florida. They're going all over. I am extremely proud of our kids and our families. They've come a long way, and they have every reason to be proud of themselves.